Greetings, Earthlings. It is time for a healthy breakfast. Don't worry, your kids will eat it. It comes from the bark of a tree. Don't worry, your kids will eat it. Okay, so I'm trying to make my light all dark over here. There we go. Well, I am going to doodle again. Here I go, doodly-dee, doodly-doo, and I am on, let's see, my fifth one or something. I'm not really sure, 6 maybe. Doodle of the day. And I am, let's see, should I turn this like this? Should I do this? How should I do this? Is this good? This is going to fall off. Anyway, I'll slide it like this. What do you guys think? There we go. I could set all this up before, but don't you want to see the making of? This is also the making of. Yeah, so I started doing this. My confession is I started doing this. I was depressed and poopy pants, and then I was just like, hey, well, I'm just going to doodle. And so I've been doodling, but then I got like a lot more poopy pants recently, and it made it difficult for me to continue drawing. Oh, that doesn't work. There we go. And but I'm feeling better today. So I and also during that time I was making some signs for the resorts. I did like these giant polyurethane epoxy windows. Oh, my pen is not working. And so that was really cool. And yeah. So I recently come into terms with that some friends that I thought were friends were not doing some very friendly things, and it made me kind of sad and made me rethink things. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I wanted to like revise my friends list, which is something I've never done. So I kind of like, I'm just going to be too busy for numerous people in my life that I was always trying to take time for previously, but were either neglecting or taking advantage of me in one way or another, and doing it repeatedly, and I kept allowing it. And so then, you know, this epiphany came upon me on my 40th birthday, which just happened last Wednesday, that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And yeah, so it felt kind of good. It's kind of strange. It's never, you know, I've had a lot of friends that have done that, but, you know, like cut people out, and I was like, why would you do that? And it's not necessarily that I'm going to be cutting them out forever. I'm just going to be too busy. And plus, you know, a lot of times they make plans with me and they stand me up and things like that anyway. So it's just like, so what's the point? Or they, you know, they say things to people when they're drunk. And you don't need that. You don't need that. You know, there's enough good people out there that if people are going to, you know, be all crappy to you, then, you know, it's just like, don't even let it, you know, I don't even talk to them about it, because, like, what's the point? It's just going to create an argument, and I don't want to argue. That seems like a not fun thing to do. Yeah, so I'm not even really mentioning it. I'm mentioning it to you because you're my best friend, and, you know, I can trust you. And I know you'll never say anything bad. But, you know, so it's just been like a recent, like, revelation, I guess. You know, just sort of like trying to figure out what my next step is. And doing these YouTube videos has been really good. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed, this one is good in its own way because, you know, I get to kind of just ramble, which is nice. I get to say all the things that are in my brain, so it's kind of like my journal. And I get to doodle and just do have some randomness going on, which is, you know, always pleasant. And, you know, and then I got some of my other ones more active, which has been really good. And I'll be doing more with them soon. It's just really hard to try to find out, you know, how do you get more hours in your day? You know, it's just like and then I've been so tired lately. Being tired has never really been an issue of mine. But for some reason, like lately, but also I think it was like the depression. The depression kind of makes you tired. So it's just like, and then being lazy makes me depressed because I need to be able to create. So it's like this spiral. It's this circle, you know, that just like continues. And you know, I do know how to get out of it, but sometimes the mud is thicker than other times, you know. And so I watched that. There's a cool YouTube video called Why We Fall that I would watch. I haven't watched it in a while, but whenever I have a friend who's depressed, I send them that video and I'm like, check this out. And none of them have ever written me back being like, oh, thanks, Xanthia. This is awesome. This has really changed me. But I don't know, it helps me. But maybe I have a different type of idea because I think it's like a Nike, it's like a sports thing. Like, it's like about get back up and do your shit, So maybe someone who's not like motivated to do a lot of things, it might just sort of like give them anxiety. I don't know. But for me, it gets me motivated. It's like, because if I get in a rut and I'm like stuck in a situation, an emotional situation, and I watch that, it's like, it makes me move, and I'm like, oh, I can't stay here. I got to do some stuff. And, so I like that. But, I guess not everyone's like that. People are different. And that's what makes them beautiful. Yeah, so so I've made those windows, those resort signs, which has been really cool. And I feel like it's been so long since I've doodled. Pretty soon I feel like I want to start drawing, like actually drawing, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this. It's kind of just random, and I don't know. I'm sure it's a Rorschach test of some type. What do you see in this? I don't know. But it's pleasant because it's kind of like mind numbing. It's like it's the nitrous of the art. It's like whoomp whoomp. I am seeing this. I'm seeing this in a way as if like I am versed in things drug related, which actually I'm not. Believe it or not, I know I've got tattoos and dreadlocks, but I am pretty close to straight edge. I mean, I like sugar, and I sometimes eat meat, but I'm not really into anything. Kind of boring. I'm my most boring of all my friends. But that's okay. Can't have all the things. All the things. Sometimes I feel it's like compasses, like mechanisms. Like the Antikythera mechanism. It's gonna like, there we go. It's turn. And so I'll call this Antikythera mechanism. There we go. Yeah. And so I hadn't really been doing much in the way of YouTube videos. I want to start doing, my friend Dan, that I know from 100 years ago, he's got a steampunk band. And I just got in touch with him today, and he's going to let me use his music in my Steampunk Art Emporium YouTube, which is going to be all of my steampunk sculptures. I'm going to do like minute-long videos of each piece, and he's going to let me use his music, and I'll give him credit and all of that. And I'm pretty stoked because I didn't have any steampunk music, all my friends, none of my friends make steampunk music except for Dan. And then randomly, as I've been trying to be better with checking my social media responses, I got in touch with him, and then I was like, hey, I need steampunk music, and you are steampunk music. And he like tours and does shows with the steampunk folk, the Renaissance festivals and things like that. He's going up to North Carolina this week, he said. And I was just like, yeah, let's do that. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, cool. Yeah, so he's going to email them to me, and then I'll have that going. So some people said I should have some music in the background of this, but I really only want to put music that my friends have made. And I am technically playing music in the background, but you can probably barely hear it because it's in my massage room. This is my massage clinic that I do this in. Like in between clients, it's kind of like my thing. It kind of gives me something to do when I'm not playing the cello. And I have my music just sort of playing there in the background, which is nice, Yeah, I feel like I'm running out of, like, squiggly lines, which is good, because I don't know how many pages of this I've done, but I don't think I'd want to do a whole book of this. And even if I did, like, who would ever look at that? I don't know. I'd, like, pass it down through the generations if I ever have children, which I'd like to have children, but I'm old now, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And then they'll be like, this is some crazy blah, 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 bric-a-brac, linemanship. Yeah, I don't know. And then it'll be like pages of it. I'll be like, what is this? And then all of a sudden one day, and it's gonna switch, and then I'll do some weird things like this, or I can't move my arm up there to show you my other tattoo. I got pretty tan. I went to my boyfriend PJ took me to the beach. I gotta move this little leg. I gotta get this table up higher. Oh, that won't open anymore. Oh well. Yeah, so I got to go to the beach, and we went paddle boarding in the open ocean out to an island. You know, and whenever we do that, we go paddleboarding out to an island. You know, we're paddleboarding for miles in the bay. You know, the Tampa Bay. And we get out to an island. I noticed we are the only people paddleboarding out there. And I never really thought about it till this last time. And then I was like, is this weird? Is this dangerous? I mean, obviously there's sharks and, you know, things that can kill us. But, I mean, we never died, not even once. Not even a little bit. You know, so I don't know. But it seems that other people don't do it. What do they know? Yeah, so we were building a dome here at the resort, and now the dome is about completed, which I'm pretty stoked about. PJ's little brother, Manny, cleaned most of it up, like all the debris, the miscellaneous debris. Primus, which was a band in the 90s. Anyway, yeah, they cleaned he cleaned the miscellaneous debris up from all around it, which was really nice, because you never even realize how much of a mess you make until you have to clean the mess. And I feel like he's mostly done, but there's definitely still mess there. And because we're trying to get ready for my birthday party, which is coming up in a few days here. So I want to like clean everything up and everything. And Manny, he's been studying micrology, which is like the study of mushrooms. And he and I go on like these, sometimes like 12 or 16 hour hikes into the wild bear country. And he collects mushrooms and he teaches me about them. And then I leave and I forget everything. But I was talking to him and I was like, man, you should make a YouTube about this. And he's like, I should. And so we started looking up names for his YouTube, and he found Mushroom Man Manny. And he got it. And he like started it. I told him to put up a video. I don't know if he did. But I mean, at least like a video of his foot or something, just to kind of like get the channel moving, you know, that it exists, and setting on a timeline. So that way when he and I start going on our walks again, now since my ankle's finally healed, because it was sprained for like 9 months and I couldn't go anywhere, now I can finally go, which is awesome, because I was bored. I really don't like being bored. And yeah, so we're gonna go do that, which will be awesome. That'll be really good. I'm gonna enjoy that. I miss that. We'd go. We got to see like, are they called heirloom trees, or am I just thinking those seeds that are called heirloom? I can't remember, but I won't call them heirloom trees. But these ancient trees that are actually in Florida, and they're huge. I mean, like big enough that you can drive a vehicle through. Manny and I went on a hike, I don't know, about a year ago, and like up by Ocala, and we hiked out to these absolutely massive trees. And I posted pictures saying that we were in Florida, and then I actually had people write me like all nasty, like responding, saying like, you're not in Florida, there's no trees that big in Florida. And then I had to like copy like links to where we were at and be like, why would I make that up? like is that, you know, me pretending to be in Florida when I'm not makes me somehow cooler? I don't know. I mean, being that I live here, maybe it's cool if you live somewhere else and you're like pretending to be in Florida, but I don't think it's cool for me to pretend I'm in Florida if I live here. But what do I know about being cool? I don't know. Yeah, so that was cool, and we got to I got a lot of really cool photos from it, and that was awesome. So I have my own micrology obsession, which is photography. I don't necessarily wish to consume mushrooms. I don't like the flavor. I don't need hallucinogens, obviously, because if you see how my brain is, I have a condition that is like hallucinating all the time. I don't know. I just did VR for my birthday. One of my boyfriend, we're polyamorous, and one of his girlfriends had like this whole VR set up, and so we went over there for my birthday, and I played Rick and Morty VR, and then like afterwards I felt like I was still in VR land. So it was kind of like I was like unprepared for that kind of experience. It lasted maybe. Oh look, it looks funny. Like a little fat person. Yay, with little heads and stuff. It's got one of those. What was that torture device? The pear. Oh, that's no good. But anyway. Yeah, so mushrooms. So we go and do these mushroom walks, and I would photograph the mushrooms, and that was my reason for the journey, was for photographing the mushrooms. And if you go on any of my Instagrams and you go to like that, I have that like top little story thing, you can see a bunch of my my mushroom photography. My mycology photography, which I post there, and I hadn't done it in a while, as I said, because my foot fell off, and I grew a new one, luckily, and this one's better, harder hitting, faster paced. You know, I am really bored with these lines. I'm going to turn this like this. See, this is what I've been doing. You know what, this will be really good for stained glass windows, so I'm glad I did it for this long, but I'm either tired, or I'm tired of this. And maybe I want to start sketching like other things. Like I want to change it up. I don't know if I should date these. I guess I kind of did, because I started this in September, so September 12th. And today is the 29th or something like that. Yeah, so I did 5 drawings in like 2 weeks. I said I was going to do it every day, but you know, hey, all you can do is try your best. I don't know if you can read my arm there. Can I twist it? I got the 4 agreements tattooed on my arm. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. All you can do is your best. And you know what? I dropped the pen. 5 of these? Is it 5? Uno, dos. Okay. Well, 6 of these is the best. That's the best that I could do. And I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Yes, so that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You have a beautiful life. Have a beautiful life. Have a beautiful evening. Have a beautiful